Welcome to the Lovecars On The Grid podcast, your global motorsport roundup with me, Tiffany Dell, and Paul Woodman.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Welcome to Lovecars On The Grid, your global motorsport podcast roundup. We're joined today with Vicky Piria, a very special guest from Italy, because we're in Italy. We're in a rather nice
We're
hotel.
not in Italy.
Oh yeah, we're in Switzerland. We're on the Italian-Swiss border.
It's really different.
We can see Italy though.
Yeah,
And that's
trust
Lake
me.
Maggiore, which sounds
Lago
Italian.
Maggiore. It's really different.
It's beautiful. So we're in Villa Orsolina.
Okay.
So the place is Orsolina. This hotel, which is magnificent, they're letting us film in the grounds, filming a rather nice car, Maserati MC20. But this is a motorsport podcast about racing. And we're going to kick off with next weekend, Formula One, Australia.
Formula One in general. You're enjoying now with Ferrari. It's exciting in Italy now.
It is exciting for Italy. I mean, it's good to see, covers of newspapers finally talking about Formula One and not football. So
You don't mention football in Italy. You didn't qualify for the World Cup. Keep quiet about
So what do they say?
Are you enjoying the new Formula then? Do you think it's good?
am absolutely enjoying it. I think the new cars are pretty good. I think they still need to kind of, get them right in rhythm and everything. There's a lot of things that I think have to come up, but it's
Carlos
really
or Charles?
I'm Team Carlos.
No, Charles. He's the better driver. Carlos is going to get shown up this year. Charles just had a bad year last year. Carlos is history.
I think Charles, if he puts his mind together, he's faster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when the car wasn't so good, when he's demotivated, he was slower than Carlos.
Yeah,
I think now he's
and
got a good car.
that is something though I don't like as a driver. I think it's really important, especially for a team like Ferrari, that they put a lot of pressure on themselves, and sometimes they never turn it. That's what they did up to now in good energy. They turn it often into bad energy. I think Carlos is more a driver that helps the team, while Charles, he's really hard on himself, he's hard on the team. He could mentally not help as much Ferrari in a bad moment.
Now, you're going to be a deciding vote. Because
Okay.
last week
Very
I had
important.
a Twitter poll
Oh.
on DRS. Because the point is, although the cars can follow a bit closer, the whole race in Saudi was all about DRS. All the excitement was generated because they still need DRS to overtake.
Absolutely.
Which, as a traditionalist, I hate, because I thought I don't want to ever have DRS. It shouldn't be there. But
It's very grumpy.
I've also explained on this podcast that try to forget it's an artificial flap.
Yeah.
Because this new aero, they've lost slipstream because the new air is cleaner.
Of course.
So I'm saying, in your new mind, if DRS upsets you, imagine it's just something that gives you slipstream.
It's like a toe.
Yes.
It's a magical toe.
Exactly. So, the vote was,
Okay.
do we all now accept, okay, we're going to have DRS, it's made it exciting, we just stay with it and think it's slipstream or something. Or do you want DRS got rid of as soon as possible? Now, of about 2,000 votes, it was exactly 50-50.
Oh, wow, really?
So I expected for my followers to be all anti-DRS, I thought it'd be more saying get rid of DRS, but I was surprised that 50% said no, let's keep it, it's causing...
Well,
So why did Vicky get the casting vote and not me?
Because she's more important than you, and
That's
she's
true.
a racing driver. Well, no, you're a racing driver, he is a racing
do you even know what a toe is?
I drive Caterham, so I know
Caterham
what a
racing
toe
is massive. So come on, do you want DRS gone as soon as possible? Or you want to keep it?
am in favour.
Oh, so DRS stays forever.
DRS stays forever. No, seriously. I mean, what alternative do we have? You'd rather have a push to pass?
Well, maybe yes.
What?
I would have a lot of people that are with the DRS, and I quite like the idea, is you get 20 applications or 30 applications in a race, and you can use it whenever you want.
See, now you're
to
contradicting yourself.
defend
But
or
then
attack.
that's Mario Kart. It's not racing.
You know
anymore.
what he says about Extreme E every single week? It's too complicated. The rules are too complicated, and that would make Formula One far too complicated. Keep it easy.
Yeah,
I think DRS works.
I do agree. I think DRS works.
But it was Mario Kart in not overtaking to the last group
I
step.
know.
I'm not going to overtake you. You're not going to overtake me. I mean, that was Mario Kart.
That was pretty funny.
The
But that,
service we get on Lovecars.
can I have a coffee?
Where's my word?
thank you.
So in terms of your racing, so we've got Formula 1 in Australia coming up, which is exciting this weekend. But in terms of your racing, you've moved away from W Series.
Yes.
Oh, glad to meet you. Where's yours, Tiff? Moved away from W Series, which was an exciting couple of years for you, but now you're doing the Italian GT Cup.
Yes.
Driving a Porsche.
Yes.
And you're going to be you're going to be up there. You're going to be.
Well, it looks pretty good. As you know, GT racing is pretty different because it's not everyone's got
Have
the
you
same
driven the car yet?
Yeah, and I really loved it. I was scared it would be like driving a washing machine from a single seater, but it was not. I mean, at the beginning, I thought it would. I mean, the steering wheel was broken. It was just like too soft. I was like, what's going on in here? And I was like, and you can't understand if the tires are warm yet because obviously the steering wheel is so soft. Well, the first thing that you feel on a single seater is that when those tires start to grip, everything becomes really stiff and hard. And then you're like, okay, now it's time to go. So, but that was just like the first feeling. But then it was good. I mean, the power of the car. I mean, going from a single seater to a really powerful car with a lot more horsepower it's exciting. And yeah, I just needed to have a fresh start.
So Le Mans was the target next, is it now?
Take it easy.
But
that
you're
would be
sharing
cool.
a car with a very quick lady.
Yeah,
she's
I mean,
the champion.
she's the reigning champion, exactly. She's been racing in GT like over 10 years. We met in W Series Shootout 2 years ago. Then
is that the long distance race? There's 1 hour race or 2
It's a 1 hour race, and we do half a race each. Yeah, 2 races by weekend.
Do you have to do half, or can one do 60%, 40%?
Well, you have a pit window, so
Okay.
you could do 26
20 to 40
minutes,
or 20.
something like that. But then you'd keep it 30.
Very exciting. How many races is that? Is that a GT3
It's 8 races.
regulation?
8 races, yeah.
4 weekends or?
It's 4 weekends, 8 races.
All in Italy?
All in Italy, and we've got mega tracks because we've got Monza, the first race. It's never easy to start a racing season.
Are they GT3 cars or slightly different formula?
Cup.
No, but the regulation is GT3.
No,
Or
it's
slightly
like a Carrera Cup.
Okay.
The car is exactly like a Carrera Cup, but then they're really growing into motorsport now because GT3 is getting always more expensive, while G Cups, I mean, at the end, in terms of engine and everything, they're really really similar. They're fast.
We have a series in England that's same a GT Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously
expensive.
GT3 you have much more downforce, and for me maybe it was an easier choice. It's way more expensive,
So Monza first.
Monza's the first. You don't want to start a racing season in Monza, but there
You've
go.
done plenty of laps around Monza,
Yeah, I know Monza, but Monza, everybody thinks it's easy. Guys, Monza is the hardest place
Tell the camera.
to race.
Tell the camera.
It's the hardest place where you're going to have to race.
I don't like it.
Slipstreams, braking points,
Stupid
everything.
chicane curves.
It's just like it's
Curve
not
jumping,
easy
curve
in the
jumping.
race. It's always
It's easy when you're a professional. These two have got a lot to learn when you're a professional.
yeah. It's not that easy. No.
So
And then we go to Misano, which is good, okay. Imola, which I think is one of the most difficult racetracks in the world.
Would you agree?
Another one I don't like. Too many corners.
Too many corners.
Well, after Senna's actually, they ruined it. They put too
Yeah.
many chicanes. When you go down to what was almost the first hairpin, Tossa.
Yeah,
is it?
Tamburello.
Tossa. Is it Tossa?
Tosa, hairpin.
So that used to be overtaking, the long
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
But after Senna's, they put the chicane where Senna's had it done. But then another chicane just before Tossa.
Tamburello.
Right, now if you took out the second chicane,
Yeah.
you could exit the first chicane and then recreate the run down to Tossa. So you could overtake.
But that chicane is really fun.
Yeah, but nobody overtakes into the hairpin because you come out of the
You can't,
chicane
yeah.
single
Yeah.
file.
Yeah, no, it's impossible
taken
to
away-
overtake. I watched GT World Challenge yesterday.
I was about to talk about that, yeah, 'cause was it in
Yeah. Did you see what Valentino did?
there? No. When he went through the pits, he
He missed
cocked
his
up.
mid
Yeah.
stop. I
Bless
was
him.
like, oh, bless
So there's this
him.
big stuff. I was going to go on to that from your
Yeah,
GT.
yeah.
And where's the final race of the season for you?
Mugello.
Mugello.
My favourite
That
track
is-
in the whole world.
Now that we agree with. We agree with
It's
Mugello.
beautiful. Why are we not in Mugello now? Why are we in Switzerland?
We're in this very nice hotel.
Well, yeah, I can do that.
Or Selina.
So yes, so Valentino, big. Is that big news in the Italian press? Him going to GT racing?
Yesterday. I mean, it's the first time you actually see a GT car on Italian news, thanks to Valentino.
So
did you see how many people turn up?
But he went to Audi. He should have been a Ferrari, surely, or a Lamborghini.
Ducati, Audi, Ducati, so much love, and there's no way he's going to win anything with.
Just talk some Italian for like 10 seconds. Just tell us about Valentino Rossi in Italian.
Allora, sono qui con Paul e Tiff, mi stanno facendo fare questo podcast, sono arrivata qua da 2 minuti, vabbè, mi hanno subito messo qua a fare questo podcast, però va bene così, tanto almeno mi hanno offerto un caffè.
She got excited. She's talking Italian. As they win. So Valentino Rossi, GT racing at Imola, poor. That was a really... I felt very sorry for him. I think the whole world did. But
they were running 13th, and he dropped to 23rd with that mistake. They finished 17th, but Audi won it. The 2 Mercedes, second and third. So he's in the right car to win.
Absolutely.
Who's his co-drivers? Are they top blood
professionals?
Well,
these 2 co-drivers are Frederik Verwisch and Nico Müller, which I know him quite well. They're both factory Audi drivers. So great drivers. They're drivers that have worked a lot with the team. WRT are one of the best teams. I mean, he was quite fast. He was like 3-4 tenths off Nico Müller. And, I would do that. It's not bad. But then you see that he's not quite on point because he can do that lap, but he's not good in traffic. He's not good in race management. I mean, pitting. Stuff.
Race management is a big thing, isn't it? You don't realise.
Races, like it's quite. What I found in GT, I think it's quite easy to get close to a good lap time. Well, in single seaters, it's difficult to get close to a right lap time. But what's difficult in GT is just the race management. When the tires go off with a GT car, it just starts like
a lot of strategy,
around.
catching safety car periods, lucky or unlucky when the safety car comes. That's a bit of a luck involved in the GT racing when the safety cars come out. If you've just pitted or haven't pitted, it can ruin your race. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's great stuff.
So who won?
A lot of cars, about a 40 car field, isn't it? It's
wow.
So Audi
won, Mercedes second and third. Barwell Lamborghinis, about, I don't know, 10 not such a good weekend. My brother runs a team.
Oh, wow.
In Lamborghini, sort of semi-works, Barwell Motorsport.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
They've won lots of stuff in the last few years. Yeah,
cool.
They just picked Chris Harris's team last year right at the end, didn't they?
Always beat Chris Harris. So going for Rossi, the other thing last weekend was MotoGP. Were you a big MotoGP fan?
I've lost a bit of MotoGP fan.
Argentina.
But I did not see the race, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, see, that's follow. I think it's brilliant, MotoGP.
I like MotoGP.
There's lots of overtaking.
There's a lot of overtaking. I love MotoGP. I just haven't followed it much.
They always have these, but they're always happy at the end of motor. We love it when they're in the everyone's
happy motorsport.
You finish third, you're happy. You finish second, you're happy.
It takes me back to my karting times when you were winning the races that they would give you like a bit of pancetta here in Italy. and a trophy, when you watch a MotoGP race, it gives you that vibe.
Because the good of the story this weekend is always good. Like Alex, I don't know how you spell
Espargaro. With the Aprilia.
He's 32. He's the older brother. And it's his first win, 200 races MotoGP.
Wow, that's amazing.
He was on pole position, the first pole position, or second pole position for Aprilia, but had the first win for Aprilia. And it was a great race. He made
a nice story.
But every week with MotoGP, there are good stories like that. Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's not always the favourite. It's not always.
But it was a Spanish 1, 2, 3. She's probably gone off MotoGP because Italians aren't winning.
No, she likes Carlos. Carlos is Spanish.
Yeah.
So they finished 1, 2, 3, 4 because second was Jorge Martin and the Ducati. Alex Rins was third in the Suzuki, and Johan Mir was fourth Suzuki. So. All Spanish, but I mean,
it does get on my nerves though a bit.
Too many Spanish riders, or what?
It's too much Spanish going on.
They're good. They're great.
Well,
so what if they're good at something?
I'm going to be honest, brutally honest. It's not that it gets on my nerves because I know Spain, I know UK, and I know this isn't just an Italian complaining. Are more helped. The drivers, the riders are helped. Way more helped in Spain. I mean, even in car racing, especially in bike racing, UK, you've got BRDC, you have a lot of things. Italy, we don't have anything. So when I see all these drivers coming up, it's frustrating for me.
You've
But
just got the local roads in Italy.
Yeah, we've just got the road.
Well,
but
the
that's just
Italians
me.
won Moto 2. You shouldn't be so upset.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Moto 2, there was this new kid that was on board, a 16-year-old from Spain, Fermin Aldeguer. Apologies for my accent as always. But he had a nasty crash, got taken out in a racing incident, and the Italian Celestino Vietti.
Celestino Vietti.
Celestino.
How did our boy Pedro Acosta get on?
Well, he's a bit disappointing because the two Brits, Jacob Dixon was 5th, Sam Lowes 10th, not such a race for Sam. But Pedro Acosta, he was fantastic Spanish kid in Moto 3. Won Moto 3, blitzed it last year.
He was amazing.
But he finished 7th. He still hasn't really clicked with Moto 2 yet.
He's a bit old now. I think he's 17 now, so maybe he's just getting a bit too old for...
Yeah. Maybe
Just
you
quickly-
should go, you're younger.
Yes.
Moto 3 for the Brits. John McPhee still injured, he wasn't there. But our Vision Track boys, we've got a little British team now.
Yeah.
So we've got no riders coming up
No.
through. But now there's a little British team running 2 kids in Moto 3. It's the first time we've had a sort of, supporting young Brits. But Scott Ogden's the quickest. He was right in the midfield, but he broke down. Joshua Wheatley was 23rd. So we have got some young British riders. There is a team now trying to push some UK riders up the MotoGP stairway.
Yeah. And do you see them in MotoGP, this team?
Well, I don't know. I can't see that far. I'm not a MotoGP expert.
Oh, okay.
So,
But literally
he's
half the
an
field's Spanish. I mean, it's crazy now.
Yeah.
It's half the field's Spanish.
he is an expert in one thing. NASCAR. I don't watch it very often. Do you
Do
like
you
NASCAR?
watch NASCAR?
I love NASCAR.
Do you?
Love NASCAR.
Where was it?
Oh.
Talk us through NASCAR.
We were in where were we? It's Martinsville. No, that's next weekend. There's a race every weekend.
I know.
It's in Richmond.
They have double cars, right? Double cars, double tracks, double everything.
In fact, there's now a limit on number. They've got a new generation of car.
Okay.
And before they used to have super speedway cars at the workshop. Each driver would have like 10 cars.
Yeah.
They've limited them to 6 each now.
Oh,
so
poor
you can only have
things.
6.
Only 6 cars. How many do you have?
But
Yeah, one.
the race, there's so much strategy and pace cars, and the long race, 40 cars
And spotters.
everywhere. Spotters.
Yeah.
So what does a spotter actually do in NASCAR?
He's your wing mirrors, so you're driving head
Everything.
He's coming on your left, he's coming on your left. Because you go to Daytona 500, I entertain a group, we go to Daytona 500, you have the radio in, and you can listen to any driver talking to his spotter. So you just tune in, whoever your team is.
Whoever.
So there, you're on board with
There's
it.
no secret.
And it's always, if you're out in front, you've got a gap behind, because you need the push at Daytona.
Yeah.
There's help coming, helps 3 behind, helps 2 behind, helps 1 behind. And
Oh, I love that
bump,
accent.
And it's, you're 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, clear left, clear low, clear low,
So,
clear
I mean,
low.
the trust relationship with your spotter
Yeah, because when you
must be
do an
quite-
overtake, and the overtakes can take 5 laps in some of the shorter speedways. So you always, the high line is faster exit, but you dive underneath on the low line,
and
right?
then go up.
But you've got to wait for the spotter, because you could be like a bumper to a bumper.
Yeah.
But as soon as the guy goes clear high, you've got no idea.
Straight up.
You just go up.
Yeah.
Now, if the spotter's got it slightly wrong, you get bumper contact, you're in the wall at 200.
But this is what gets me, the amount of argy-bargy and bumping they do in NASCAR.
I
know.
And then they stand on the podium and they say, well, I would have done the same thing. They
Yeah.
push them off
Yeah.
the last corner and say, well, I would have done the same thing. It's like, we call it in England, banger racing.
Banger
Yeah, it's like posh
But there's-
banger racing.
There's hardly ever is there a driver reprimand. If you get taken out by someone, next week, he'll be taking you out.
Really?
Yeah. It's all done by grudge matches.
Oh, God.
So if you take someone out too deliberately, that next week, the officials won't do anything about it.
But they will.
Yeah, they will. As soon as you're in the mirror next weekend and the guy that you took out last, oh no,
Here
I'm
we
gonna-
go.
I'm going to get taken out.
What do you think is the most important quality that a driver in NASCAR has to have in terms of
I
driving?
don't know, it's an amazing all-round skill, because we're racing every weekend. The Formula One teams talking about, 21, 23 is too many, 21. I mean, they have 2 weekends off from February to November.
That's incredible.
They are racing. Okay, it's all in America, but America's like Europe.
Yeah, I know.
You're still flying from race to
I
race.
know.
There's a lot of travel. The truckies, and again, because they've got 2 cars, you could have a separate team going to the next race.
What do they do in terms of the weekend? Is it like Grand Prix, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, it's just Saturday quality. They have during COVID, right? This was brilliant. They had no practice, no qualifying. They had some road courses, because they have about 5 road courses a year now. So 40 cars gridded on championship points. On the first lap is the first lap they've done round that track for a year. and they used to race.
Wow. It's a bit like you putting
The
new
same on the
tyres
200.
on, as you said.
At the 200 mile an hour
But that
ovals.
would never
They
happen.
were going out
in
on the
Europe.
pace car lap,
Incredible.
60 miles an hour. I mean, never done, and then green.
You for sure it helps you in terms as a driver mentally. You have to have a big,
And they
easy
just
going
raced
approach.
without any qualifying, no practice at all.
Wow. Right.
Anyway, just to say, last weekend's winner was Denny Hamlin. First win for Toyota. Denny
Brilliant.
Hamlin. Kevin Harvick second for Ford for all strategy tyres. Took the lead on 4 laps to go, coming through the field. Kyle Larson, my favourite, number 5, who I follow. You have to follow someone in NASCAR because then you know
Where did Kyle
They tell
go?
you about
you can be 2 laps down in 30th place and win that race because you gain a lap back with stay out.
That's
It
all a bit.
sounds like,
That's a bit
you
odd.
know, it sounds like PlayStation a bit, doesn't it?
Mario Kart.
It does sound like a bit Mario Kart.
I've driven
Exciting.
around Charlotte at 170 miles an hour, and when it seemed it's just turning left.
I did try in NASCAR, the European NASCAR.
Yeah,
I did
that's-
try it a
yeah.
few laps, and it was fun though.
An
It was
oval
really
or?
fun. No, I tried it
They
on
were all
track.
street races.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you two have got a Maserati MC20 to film, so we've got to wrap up. Next week, what have we got? We've got obviously the Australian Grand Prix, as we said. Predictions, Vicky?
Australian Grand Prix. So it's a mid speed corners, right? So I do expect to see that Red Bull Ferrari going on again.
So we're going Ferrari, Forza Ferrari.
And then maybe there's been a couple of weeks of break, so probably Mercedes have woken up some.
Might have sorted out their porpoising.
So 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 would be, I would say, Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton.
Wow, strong predictions.
Yeah,
we're not going with ours, only Vicky's. What else we got
What
next
else?
week?
Superbikes are in their first round. World Superbikes, Aragon in Spain, and of course you'll be going there, won't you?
In
Your
Aragon.
weekend must be booked. No, another event, surely.
Oh!
It must be exciting.
You are
Is
going,
it
lad.
somewhere in
Rome,
Italy?
yeah, in Rome.
Is
There's
it
something
close to the
happening.
Colosseum?
Yes. What would it be?
Formula E.
That's it.
After 2 months of stop, we go back racing, and
Surely
that
you'll be
track
there,
is
exciting, will you?
yeah, and the track
You-
is
you-
unbelievable.
You're doing some commentary, aren't you, for Italian
Yeah,
TV?
yeah, I'm actually driving the Formula
Are
E
you on?
car.
Oh, she's on the payroll. That's why she likes it. You're on the payroll, are you?
Well, they,
Yeah, yes, you can't criticise. If you could, that's the trouble with a lot of Formula.
I love
now.
Formula E. It's so exciting. You know you have spotters on Formula E.
Do you?
Yeah, electrified spotters.
Yeah, we're not that keen on Formula E, I'm afraid.
Well, we like the racing, we like the drivers, but we just don't like the amount of rules that they have. And you're only allowed to, you can't go flat out all the time. Racing should be flat out. 10/10 all the time, not this strategy. Hold on.
But you need to be sustainable.
Sustainable.
Mentally sustainable.
You would not say that if you had the journey we had last night from Zurich to here, and we at -3 trying to charge 2 cars on one charger.
How long did it take?
Well, 3 hours. We had to charge one. Then they went off. Of course, he went off. Left me in the freezing cold. Then I had to charge mine, and then I was an hour and a half later.
I thought Switzerland had bigger infrastructure. You know, we were amazed. Service station, just 2 slow pumps and 1 fast pump for electricity.
We left it too late. We chanced it a bit
So
too
you
late.
commentate on Formula E then?
Yeah. I do the commentary and everything, and yeah, obviously in Rome it's exciting. It's one of the most exciting races.
Well, it looked fantastic.
They all
the
just
backdrop.
follow each other in lift and coast and great.
And where's NASCAR next week?
Oh, NASCAR's at Martinsville.
Vicky, thanks for joining. Go and film the Maserati. Have some fun.
Enjoy Rome.
I'm going to upload this podcast to YouTube. That's as exciting as my life gets. You two are out driving the streets of
Ciao.
Italy, Switzerland.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Man said,
You guys
Are we filming? Whatever.
Yeah, filming it.
We're filming the podcast. Oh, okay.
oh, we would film our
Gosh.
podcast.
Yeah, we film our podcast.
Straight away on set, you get me going. It's like
So-
putting new tires on the first stint.